Yeah. This is actually scheduled. This is scheduled? I haven't looked. It just came this morning. It just came this morning. Oh.
My shoe is dirty.
Do you want to go ahead and get started? So we can, okay, you know me. I'm Sharon Steele. How are you?
Okay, I guess.
Oh, good, good. Okay, well, we'll let you begin with some questions that maybe we can answer for you. What are some of your concerns?
Him coming to school. Period. Him and his reluctance to come to school because the situation that's going between him and his kid.
With another child?
Yes.
There's another child involved.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's been going on for a while. Him.
Can you tell me who that child is?
I don't know.
Do you know?
He know who it is.
Then we need to know. I know there's a reluctancy for kids to speak up, but if there is something going on that could potentially be a problem, we need to know so we can address it. So who is this student? Elijah. We have a couple. Okay, then Elijah's been off for 2 days. Is it Elijah Wilshire, Elijah Stewart, Elijah? What's his last name?
Edwards.
Oh, do I have yours?
Elijah's been out for 2 days, yeah? So you have had him for 2 days, right? Now, didn't you and I talk yesterday?
I'm Mrs. Deary, by the way.
Okay, well, I really don't care about the last 2 days. I care about this young kid threatening to kill my son more than once.
Then we need it.
And this has already been addressed more than once.
We need an administrative.
And I'm just to the point now, either this get resolved or he will be transferred.
You need to call for an administrator and officer, Steve-O.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
No, that's true. That's serious. And we need documentation. Because I was going to say, because I don't think his grades are poor, at least in my class. Your grades are fine, right? This is more of an issue.
Right.
Okay.
If it was his grades, my first attention would be toward him, because just like anyone has a job, you're in a profession, so you know what you're doing. The communication line has to be open. I tell them every day, if you have a question, ask. They're only going to tell you, not right now, Jonathan, or I can help you. Either way, you're in school. You're not at home when, Dad, I'm hungry. But you know the refrigerator is. It's different.
Right.
You have a way of doing things. But when my son, who loves going to school, is reluctant to get up to come to school, there's a problem. And he's no angel. He's my angel, but he's no angel.
Right.
I know. He's a kid, but when it's to the point where he's coming to my truck and he got his head down, or some days he come out, he's late. Like, last week, he was late coming to the truck. He said the kid rammed into him in the hallway. And he chased the kid ran. And he come out to the truck, he's purple in the face. I'm like, what's wrong with you? He said, Daddy, the boy just hit me in the hallway. And he was like at least 15 minutes late than normal.
When is this going on?
This has been going on for almost a month and a half.
Because I've seen kids are kids, just like you said.
Right.
This is your boy. I have seen him. Have Miss Wilson seen you hitting horse playing like boys do? I see Jonathan do that quite often.
Well, I don't know about the horse playing, but I do. My concern why I'm here, and I was stressed again. Anyone threaten my child to kill him is my only concern. I'm not talking about the school and the behavior. You guys can handle that because he's doing it in front of you. Either there's a suspension, or parents being called, or this.
But we immediately if someone threatens him, why?
This has happened more than once.
Telling the adults in charge.
This happened the second time in class.
In Miss Wilson's class?
I was right everybody in her class where he never touched anything.
Tell me when this happened.
It happened when you was out and you saw. Mrs. Evans was in his class.
Okay.
Then I told Miss Evans.
There was another time that the kid friend slammed the desk on his foot. He comes out. Now these are $100-something pair of shoes I just bought him. He have a big circle on the top of them from the desk being slammed on his foot. He's coming to the truck. He's limping. Why you limping, son? The kid slammed the chair on my foot. Okay, that's an assault. If I put my hands on you inappropriately, that's an assault. So there's an officer need to be involved. That was nothing done after that.
Did you talk to somebody right away after when you saw that on his foot? 'Cause, I mean, these things have to be addressed. Like,
Dad, you are his protector. You're his everything. You are. But when he's in this, when you drop him off, you expect to hold us responsible, correct?
Well,
yes, sir, you
that's
do.
why I'm here.
That's why you're here.
3 weeks
So
ago, I
I'm
told him.
baffled why he has, when these things happen, why hasn't he?
I'm sorry to break this up. You have a class first period, you have a class first period. Yeah, you have to go. Good morning, I'm Miss Davis, Assistant Principal. We're going to have to break this up. I understand we weren't able to get to you today until last minute. We're gonna have to reschedule. I'm sorry, it's nothing I can do. We don't have subs to cover 4 or 5 classes this morning. And whatever the issue is going on, what's your name, sweetie? Jonathan Coffey Jr.? I know we can get it worked out, okay? We just can't do it this morning. Maybe we can get you back tomorrow morning or something. Let me get you over to the
I've been as patient as I can be. This was the final straw. My son's life has been threatened more than once in the school. I requested 3 weeks ago for a conference. They didn't happen. The lady called me and said she'd been calling my phone. Nobody's been calling my phone about no appointment. Then when I finally spoke with her, after she spoke to my wife, who was in school at the time, saying that, okay, we've been trying to contact you and we've been this, that, and that. No, ma'am, you have not been contacting me. I drop my son off every morning. Okay. Well, I'm just.
To the right area so we can get this set.
I'm just. You can go to class. I'm going to go because I have not
He
really enough
needs
to
to
say.
come with me because I'm going to have to get him a pass now because he's going to be late. You know what, Jonathan, right? What team are you on?
He's on green team.
Okay, make sure they don't mark him part of the class. And I'm going to
Okay.
So he's been being rude.
Not just bullied. Like this kind of the kid has put his hands on my son. He's assaulted him in this hallway. Yes. He's reported it. He's told people. I've spoken to the officer about it. She said, well, some of the things I know about, some of the things I don't know about. The word, I'm going to kill you, sets off a precedent where you cannot control it. And it can
We
be.
don't take that lightly. In fact, this is who you need to talk to right here. Mr. Couch, can you take this gentleman on back to your office and find out what's going on with it?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated. Morning announcements. Students, don't forget, in the Dragon's Den, DuPont playing Darnell Cookman, today starting at 5 p.m. Student tickets are $3, adults are $4.
No way they can do 3.
Students, listen up if you have keep-up applications. Due to a budget cut for team up and the students that have applications that have turned them in
Not even
since
to
last
mention
Thursday,
four.
you will
I
be
think he's
placed on a
number
waiting
4 or he's
list.
number 3.
For the details, please have your parents to contact Mrs. Thomas or see Mrs.
Jonathan,
Thomas in the main
come back,
office
baby.
for Mrs. Thomas' number.
1, don't run. 2, why do you feel you have to?
Also, students, don't forget our annual college week will be here next week. It will be a week filled with exciting events. To start, there will be a myth busting Monday, then show and tell Tuesday, then you got what it takes Wednesday. College and career Thursdays come next with
Is this
the
Mr.
finale on Friday.
Okay, and look, we've
Represent
spoken.
your college Friday.
Okay.
Your future is right around the corner here at DuPont. Talk to your teachers for more
Go
information.
down there on the corner for me, just so you can have a little privacy.
Now, the problem,
That concludes the
and we
morning
talked to Jonathan, and I believe you spoke to
announcement,
Officer Steve the other day, who looked into this next issue.
Terrific Tuesday.
Jonathan's got to come with us ahead of time with these issues so that we know exactly what's happening and who it is and where it is and things like that.
Okay,
Unfortunately,
so
the
you
incident
kinda
the other
already know
day,
what's
yes.
going on. So let me, can you take
Yes,
him back
I'll-
here and so he can get this squared
Yes.
away because he was patiently waiting and I don't know what academic issues you had. Did you get your issues discussed with the teachers about academic?
No, you came in about right
Right when
when
they
the
were-
conversation first started.
Okay, all right.
And I have
We'll
somewhere
have to
to be.
reschedule that
I
for
have
the
to go.
academic.
It'll have to be my wife that'll come back out here, cause I
Okay.
have to go. I
Okay.
set a time for today, to speak, didn't happen, so,
Okay,
I'm
Mr.
good.
Couch is going to make sure you get an appointment scheduled with him to discuss Jonathan's discipline issues and bullying issues.
Well, I'll walk and talk with it. I understand you gotta go
And he'll also
and,
make sure that you get scheduled for a team conference to discuss his academics with the team,
Okay.
okay? And that is a valid topic.
so the one, so the one seems main young man in question. There's been a bit of back and forth between the boys. They've been separated at lunch. And I let Jonathan know, and I spoke to him the other day because I could see him getting frustrated with just somebody else. And I said, hey, that's the point. That if you can't do it so that it doesn't, you hang out a minute, okay, I'll come out and get you. If it doesn't make, you can't make more problems for yourself. If you've got something going on and a legitimate concern with another student, if you're not sure how to handle it, come find me. I can speak to the three of us together. I said I can speak to you individually, I can speak to the other. But typically what I do is I pull them into my office and we speak to the two parties to make sure everybody understands that this can't continue. And then I try to leave it so that if somebody else starts it, it's a one-sided deal. If Jonathan reacts, that's what the bullies or these kids are looking for, is a reaction. And not right or wrong, but Jonathan's from what I can tell, he's an emotional kid.
Yeah.
So he struggles with.
It's an emotional thing when actually after the first time he told me that the kid and him was having back and forth with the kid picking at him in class, which I think that, in class, that's, a place, that'd be almost like you coming to my house and you just come in a rim shot and do what you want. It's not gonna happen.
Right.
There's a place for you. You will do what it is that you're supposed to do. And that's the end of the discussion. There's no outside the line for that.
Right.
In my house. Now, someone else's house, they may run a little bit different. I really don't care. When it comes down to my son, he has a standard to keep, and he keeps that standard. If he has outside that standard, I know what avenue to take after that.
Right.
When the word "I will kill you" comes up in gym, and him and this kid, and this is when the first time nurse called me, said he had an injury to his finger. Him and the kid back and forth. This is after the kid said he was going to kill him. Okay, now after that, my son was no longer trying to be communicable with anyone about anything other than that. So everything, all this stuff that's happening after that is because of that day when the kid threatened to kill him.
Okay, so now I've got two different.
And this
He
happened a
didn't,
while
he didn't
ago.
indicate this was the same student. He indicated the situation the other day was with somebody completely different, and that's where I'm struggling
Right.
to make
So
sure I understand.
It's him and another kid. The boy, I guess the boy name was Elijah, a little short, dark skinned kid. That's the one that him and the other kid been physical. The other kid that's, I guess, Elijah's friend is the one that slammed the desk on his foot, the table on his chair, whatever it was. How I know this is true because he comes home, he comes to the truck, he's limping. What's wrong with you, son? I look at his foot. There's a circle on top of his shoe from where the thing was slammed down his foot. That's okay. Maybe,
And at that moment is when I need Jonathan to come find me.
But he said that this happened in class,
Right.
in front of a teacher. That should have been like, okay, we need to do something about this now.
Right.
That wasn't done.
Right.
So in his mind, okay, well, I've already told somebody,
I.
and nothing happened.
Right.
So it's like the kid keep messing with him, keep bothering him. I said, well, son, tell your teacher I want to have a conference. This was almost a month ago. I said, well, at that time I would have said, okay, is there a possible way that he can be transferred to another class?
Right.
Where him and this kid don't have to bump heads no more.
Right.
I don't need Jonathan to be treated special. It's not what I'm asking.
No.
But the point of the matter is my son since birth to now is the only time I've seen him reluctant to come to school.
And that's
You
not
know,
what we want.
And he's been to school in Atlanta, Georgia.
Right.
He's been to school in Gaston, Alabama, because both places I went is where I used to work. I had to move, so I went where my job was. Right. And now I'm back home. Atlanta, Alabama, this not an issue. Here, it was at the Hendrix with another little kid. Something crazy, I don't even know, but that didn't get physical. It didn't get to the threatening and all that kind of stuff. Right. It got snuffed out real quick.
Right.
I'm a little surprised being, my understanding, this is like the best 6th grade school in the city. I said, okay, cool. That's just like going to Hendrix. Right. So I'm like, okay, well, the standard's going to be there. I don't have to worry about anything. They're going to take care of it in-house. No problem. When I heard, I'm going to kill you, okay, that's far-fetched. So I'm going to sit back and I'm watching. No kids come out and bother. I said, well, what's something to the kid? Walk and catch the bus. He said the kid catch the bus. I said, okay, well, so a couple of days I parked around the corner. I got him like 4:15, 4:30. He's normally outside by 4:05.
Right.
So I said, now watch. I said, okay, well, I'm going to see if anything happens. Nothing happened. So I said, okay, well, is it that serious? Because if this kid threatening to kill you, he's going to do something. He ain't going to just run his mouth. From where I was raised. Anybody's going to come to you and say, I'm going to do this, and then you walk away. No, you finna do it right now, and that's going to be over with. It ain't going to be no long-term dragging it on, bullying, all that kind of mess. When I was in school, there was no bullying. You threaten somebody, you got beat up.
Right.
Then it was done. You got spanked, you got home, get the butt spanked, you came back to school, you your best friend after that. Right. Nowadays kids get knives, sticking knives in school, guns, and catch you outside, they shooting you. And I'm like, oh my God, it is so out of hand. But again, best school, 6th grade school in the country, in the city. Okay. It's a little surprising to me. And speaking with you, it seems that you have a touch on what's going on. So that kind of set me at ease when I talked to you. What didn't set me at ease is that this kid repeatedly still does the same thing.
And that's where, and I spoke to Jonathan, and Officer Restivo, who had just spoken to.
Mm-hmm.
The difficulty is, and I understand Jonathan's frustrated where he's telling maybe a teacher that it's happening. Mm-hmm. And that's something that the assistant principals would have to handle as far as teacher conduct and things like that.
Right.
Technically, I'm a teacher
Right.
as well. I'm in this dean position and I do discipline, but I'm a teacher, so I can't tell another teacher
What to do.
what to do.
You're right. I know
But
that.
he needs to come find myself and Officer Restivo that day immediately, and I've told him, you can raise your hand and say, I need to go see Mr. Couch, I need to go see Officer Restivo, and he can get up and get out of class and go take care, because if he lets us know immediately, then it's easier to sort out.
Right.
Unfortunately, something like this is the most difficult thing to prove. Mm-hmm. If you're picking on a kid once or twice, even though it's bullying behavior and threats, if we can't prove it, or if we can't get enough witnesses that have seen this, Not that I don't believe Jonathan. I know he's upset, and I
Right.
know it's happening. It's the most difficult thing to prove. So he's got to come to us immediately
Right.
and remove himself from the situation.
Right.
So I can say, well, did you call him anything? You know, and if he says yes, then it's not bullying because it's an equal thing. So I need him to really understand he's got to keep
But see, that's
himself
the
in
thing.
check and come find me. And if he does that, I can better protect him.
That's the thing that I've spoken to him about first day of school.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your mouth shut. Let them say what they're gonna say. Let them do what they're gonna do. Don't be honest with you. What I told you. As long as the kid touch you, make sure you don't touch you again. Now, whatever happened to that after that, it happened. I'm fine with
And
that.
that's as a parent, I don't.
I
blame
pray
him.
that that doesn't happen because now if you're not at school, you're in prison. Because in prison, that is what goes on.
Right.
You either fight or something else. This is school. This is a school of higher learning. There's no place for anyone. Not talking about just simple. Oh, your breath stinks. Or you got your hair nappy. I'm in your face. I'm gonna kill you. And he's doing it on a regular basis like it's some kind of game.
Right, and that's
And like I told the officer when I spoke to her, I said he has family at this school. They are aware of what happened to Jonathan. I'm the one that's telling them, let the school deal with it.
Right.
They want to do something to this boy. And I'm telling you, that's going to get out of hand. And I'm not allowing that because I'm trying to make sure this happens the way the kids need to see. Okay, I don't need to take things in my hand.
Right.
Let the administrators handle it.
Right.
Do it the right way.
And
Don't be
that's-
ignorant about it.
right, and that's
You
why I
know.
need him to help me.
Right.
Help him out.
Right.
And the more I get from him, the more I can provide you
Right.
guys. And it's not, and that's tough at 6th grade.
Right.
And that's tough with Jonathan being, and I'm the same way. I'm very emotional, kind of. So it's difficult. But I told him, I said, look, I'm a grown man. I got people still trying me. Okay. I said, you can't react to all of that.
Right.
I said, but you're 6th grade. I'm your protector.
Right.
Come find me. Come let me know immediately, and I can squash it.
Right.
Now, of course, the other student involved has denied it. Okay, and I don't have witnesses of it.
He said when the kid does it, there are kids around that hurt.
And
There are
that's
other kids that hurt. They say, okay, well, I said, well, then was he like, did he single you out by yourself and catch you and he sneaked away? And no, that he did in front of the class.
yeah. And I
Every
asked him.
time
I
he
said,
does it,
hey,
you know,
did anybody see this? Did anybody hear it?
and you know, it's some great kids.
I
ain't
know.
you
And so that's
Right.
where I'm stuck. Is
Right.
I don't have witnesses to go forward.
Right, and you know, and
And they're
just-
smart enough to do it
Right.
where a teacher can't hear.
Right, and I'm just right now. This is where I'm at. I would love for this to be alleviated and this scenario goes away.
Right.
If I feel that my son Grace is suffering and his performance is suffering because he's in school and not feeling safe, I would transfer him. And not to be a bane in anybody's side, which I really wouldn't care. When it comes down to my son, his education is first and foremost. He played football 2 years ago, great athlete. I mean, top notch. I'm bragging, but
Right.
proving the pudding. You go in his room, he got trophies all in his room. Baseball, football. He's one of those kids. But I put him out of sport because if you don't have any morals, grades are terrible.
Yep. You got to earn
He
it.
will not play anything. Next year he wants to play football. I want it to be, if Jonathan chooses to be bad on his own, not normal life situations, that's expected. He understands that. But if you're choosing to go out your way to be a nuisance, then okay, we'll stand there.
Right.
He loves sports. He loves music.
He's a like, and I mean this as he's a goofy kid.
Right.
He's what you want a 6th grader to
Right,
be.
right,
A 6th
right,
grade boy to be.
right.
If you'll convince him, and I'm gonna keep working on my end too, to come find me.
Right.
And I'll teach him for later scenarios how to handle it.
Right.
But I don't want him to handle this one at all. I just want him
Right.
to come to me and say, this is what happened. And it happened 10 minutes ago. And I didn't say a word to him.
Right.
And then I can build a case against this kid.
Right.
And then the statements sometimes are muddled from Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to figure out
If he's short with his words, he's real angry.
Yeah. Okay, so then I need to give him a
Right.
little time to cool down
Right.
and figure it all out before I get him right in his
I think
state.
the one thing you could do that I think would get him to open up is say, well, okay, well, Jonathan's not gonna communicate with me. I'm gonna call your parents. Call your dad.
Okay.
Your dad will be here in 5 minutes. I've already
Okay.
spoken with him. So it's either you speak to me or you speak to me in front of your dad. Now I think then it'll be like, okay, well, blah 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 blah.
Right.
And again, on my end, I'm already letting them know, hey, look, don't take this in your hands.
Right.
This kid don't put his hands on you, let it be. Anybody can talk. Anybody can run their mouth, but you understand something, Jonathan. Either the kid has a slow learning disability and he sees that you're actually working and he's not. Which is why that's when you come to school and have that kind of problem.
Right.
You don't know what that kid's going through at home. Could have a parent that's abusing or a parent that's not there.
Yeah, that's
Mad
something
at
he
mom. You know, so it's not an excuse, but you have to understand what you're dealing with.
Right, and we've got
You know?
students that we, as much as we try, we can't fix them all.
Right.
So Jonathan definitely can't.
Right.
And I tell all the kids, I said, middle school is great
Right.
because you only have to worry about yourself.
Right.
I want him to be social, but as far as problems and conflicts, if he only worries about what directly he's doing, he'll be okay. Because then I can take care of all the
Right.
extra stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna pull Jonathan this morning and have another talk and make sure he understands
Right.
what my expectations. I know he's in a bad situation. This is what I need you to do to help me get you out of it.
Right.
If in the future I got him and he's struggling, I'll give you a call and say, hey, can you talk to him real quick? And then see if I can get some clear details. I know he doesn't want to snitch.
Right.
But
right.
he's carrying all of this.
Right. And
Even in his statements, you can see he's trying to tell me.
Right.
But he won't come out and say, this kid said this, and this is where it's very, it's a whole lot of, I'm angry.
Right.
I'm not going to really tell you what's happening.
Right. It was one time after the kid had the words, the kid called him all kind of N-words, MF-words.
I don't think so.
And I'm like, I said, well, where did he say this at? Was you outside the school? No, we was in the class. He said he was in the class. He's in the class saying this in front of the teacher. The teacher didn't do anything. I said, son, there's somebody else you can speak to. This is before I spoke to you. I said, there are things in place to where this is not. I had a hard time believing it. Okay, you're in school and telling me this is what's going on in your class. Until, I know how 6th grade is. I was in 6th grade a long time ago. I'm outside over that park waiting for Jonathan, and there's like 4 kids over there. Man, they were saying stuff that you probably hear in the corner. And these kids didn't go to school. They was waiting on somebody else. And I'm sitting, listen to them, and they went on and on and on and on. I'm like, oh my God.
Sometimes we got high school kids picking
Right.
up
I
brothers and
said,
sisters.
there's no way they're on this school property talking like that. And since then, I haven't seen them out there. I told the one, I don't think it's him. It's the older guy.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, man, you got some bad kids around here. He told me. I said, some kids out here talking worse than me, and you talk, and we was drunk. And after that, I ain't seen them no more. You know.
And the bad thing is, like I said, you know, and they're whispering, and that's,
Right.
they're smart enough to pull them aside, and not pull them aside, but
Do you ever walk by anybody and you just kind of know that they're doing like the most amazing job that they possibly can, no matter what? You know, like you just, it's like you feel like you are doing a really good job with whatever it is that you're doing. And sorry to interrupt,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when I walked by you the first time, walked by you the second time, I just want to stop and say it was nice to feel that kind of energy around somebody. It's I find it really hard to get people talking involved.
Right. Right.
Especially with the teenagers, and I can tell that you're here managing something. Nice.
Mr. Coffee likes to manage his business. So.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, but anyway, but I can tell. You mean you don't mean Could you adopt my 13-year-old boy?
Oh, no.
Could you put him through? If you got a girl, I'll trade you.
Oh no, I love my princess. That's my baby. That's the lady of the
I'll
house.
trade you because the attitude is supposed to kill me.
Yeah.
And you know what? Sam wouldn't take any crap off of you.
Right.
You wouldn't let him take any. And you wouldn't. Never.
Yeah.
Who's yours?
Sam. Sam Pomar.
Pomar?
Mm-hmm.
What grade is he?
He's 8th grade.
Oh yeah, that's the peak of boy hate and discontent to the world. I'll check in on him. I check in on him. He's not gonna listen to me because I'm old and what do I know?
You're younger than I am.
But
so.
what? Not in their eyes. I might as well be 90.
It depends on what music you listen to.
Well, see, and that's my connection with the kids.
Yeah. See, I listen to Tool and all these big things, which is probably my connection with you, and probably you too. But them, they don't get it. So.
Yeah.
And who are you?
Mr. Couch, I'm the dean.
Oh yeah, I was. You're the. I tried to send you an email a couple of times last year to have Sam be put in the business.
And I
thing.
forward that on to who does scheduling and.
Oh, and he didn't get it. I don't know what happened to the email. I think I failed at it, and it didn't get
scheduling.
It was last year. It was it was last year, and you were the guy last year. This year, by the end of the year, I think you guys should have it straight and stuff.
Just to start again for the next year.
Yeah, so I won't have another one here next year.
So.
But anyway, sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to let you know that I could tell, and I appreciated walking by, and it's nice to see that presence. And I'm just weird. So
All right, no
I've
problem.
been up all night.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right. I get that a lot.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
You got it.
I try to let it be known that I'm not perfect, but
And I tell them, I said, look, I make mistakes every day.
right.
I said I gotta own up to it, and that's tough.
Right.
And I said, you made some mistakes in this process, but it's okay.
I'm gonna take you home with me. I'm gonna get the computer.
Okay.
I didn't see anything up there.
I'll get in touch with all the teachers and I'll track you down and give you a call.
Thank you. I would appreciate
Yep.
it. He needs some math and some reading.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Look to my left, Mr. Coffee.
yeah. My first year coaching, I coached him when he played football, and I seen a lot of that. A lot of parents who just looking for that breath of man, And that's something I tell my son all the time. When he played at Brentwood, it was only 5 kids on the team, 35 kids to coach, that had fathers, and all the kids, except for one, all the coaches was the dads who was coaching the kids. And I said, the rest of the kids, you see how they carry themselves. I said, it's not that they're bad children, they're missing that piece.
Yeah.
It's like a car with no oil. It's not going to run.
Oh.
And you need that.
And I get talking to the boys, and I say, hey, this isn't my business. I said, you can tell me, I don't want to get into it. I said, well, where do you live with? Mom, grandma. Okay. How about your dad? Where's he? I don't know. And you can't replace that at school.
Right, no.
You could try,
No.
but it just is missing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We all got our part.
Yeah, we'll be in touch.
All right.
But just plead with him to come find me.
Oh yeah, he understands that. Like
And I think it's been a little better for him.
Right.
He's been sitting away from that student.
He said that the kids, since the day that the incident happened, I don't think he know about what happened the other day with the kids on the bus.
I heard about it. I wasn't on campus that afternoon.
I was driving home. They was in front of me. Oh, they was. So I pulled over. The bus pulled. I pulled over. The teacher said she got out. She said, "I seen everything."
I suspended both of them on
Right.
the bus.
And I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "Thank you, Lord." I said, somebody actually seen what they were doing. And the kid, the one he had a problem with, he got up and said, "Oh, don't point your finger at me. I'm not the one that did." I said, "You know what? Y'all kids need to realize somebody always watching y'all." And I said, with me, I don't approve of a kid going to jail or, getting put in situations where they got to be around other bad people. But sometimes you need that joke.
And I tell him in a good way. middle school is the best place to make a mistake.
Right.
Because you're in a place that people love you,
Right.
it's nothing permanent, and then you can get on to high school
Ooh.
and get on track.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So, I appreciate it.
No problem.